Have you just set up a limited company in the UK and you're wondering how to run it, the compliance issues that is required, or you've actually opened one for some time now and you're thinking, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? You're right to actually think about this because from experience, what I've learned is when you're not doing the right thing, HMRC will give you a penalty if they are the one that are picking up on the wrong thing that you're doing. In this video, I'd like to talk about a few things you should be aware of when you set up a limited company. But before we go on, my name is Ola Sulaiman. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm the founder of Runs Accountant Limited. At Runs Accountant, we submit businesses, we support businesses, individuals, with not just their accounting issues, but also their tax part, their tax issues as well. I'm also the author of the Diary of the Tax Girl. This was published 2019. So if you've not read this, you should now. I hope this video would help. Did I just pause? So, if you've done the registration already, I don't need to talk to you about the registration, but in case you've just registered, HMRC, all of a sudden you get loads of brown envelopes, white envelopes, different envelopes. I would say keep them very, very well. The information you really need to keep is your unique tax reference number for your limited company, your authentication code for the limited company, and the company's number. Without these three informations, nobody can submit your account for you in the future. Now, if you intend to be distributing money from the company, you'd have to register for self-assessment. Self-assessment is a system that the HMRC in the UK, which is they are in charge of administering tax in the UK, what they use in making you as an individual declare your tax to them. So if if you have a limited company and your company has given you dividend is not your salary, dividend is not an expense, dividend is the amount that was distributed to you just because you are a director. You get 2,000 tax free from your dividend, but the remaining pay at least a 7.5% tax on the dividend that was distributed to you. So therefore, if you've not registered for self-assessment and you intend to distribute money, you should ask someone to do it for you or you do it yourself. With the self-assessment, every year you submit it to declare your dividends and other incomes or benefits the company has given you. So the second thing you need to be aware of as well, I'm sure you might know the deadlines but just in case, I'll just mention it. For every limited company, the month you register the company is usually used as your year-end date. So for example, I'm recording this video in July. The meaning is if I open a company today, my year-end will be in July. And then the first account that will be expected of you will be more than a year. But going forward, you'll be doing more than, you'll just be doing 20-month declaration. So your accounting year end will be July until such a time you change it. The HMRC expects you to submit your returns to them 12 months after the end of the accounting year. So with my example now, let's say my company is registered this month. My accounting year end will end in July 2023, and then HMRC expects me to submit the returns in 2024. That's why at times I hear people tell me that, oh, I've been told you don't pay tax in the first year of running your business. Please, it's not possible for you to earn money in the UK and not pay taxes, except you claim tax reliefs or you evade tax, basically. So, because of the timing, it looks as if you're not paying taxes. However, by the time you prepare your account and submit it, you'd have to pay tax you've earned during that period. Because HMRC said you can submit in 12 months, that should not make you leave it till probably June 2024. I've seen people do that. Usually, I would always advise that as soon as July 20, a year after, you start getting your documents together. Within 3 months, you pass it to your accountant because the meaning of that is the information is fresh in your head. rather than leaving it 2 years. Um, However, I know HMRC says 12 months, but Companies House actually wants that account in 9 months. So because of that, I usually tell my clients that even though you have 12 months, to me is 9 months, because even HMRC that is asking for account in 12 months wants you to pay tax in 9 months. So basically, it's 9 months that I usually tell my clients. I'll explain the reason why it's 9 months to them. So you have 9 months after probably July to make sure that your account is submitted, taxes are paid. Because if you don't, you could get a penalty of up to £1,200 in the tax year just from the HMRC. And then the Companies House will give you another 1,000 plus something. So you could get up to 2,500 worth of penalty for not submitting your returns at the right time. So that's the next thing. Know your deadlines, know your year end, know where you're supposed to be submitting accounts. At times your accountant might be too busy to actually give you a nudge. Call them yourself and say, my year end is July, I'd like to get my account done, I'll send the information to you. And then you keep giving them a nudge just to make sure that you have enough time actually to prepare for the tax you're paying as well. So it's not last minute kind of thing. I don't like last minute. So that's the second point I'll say. Now the third one is, if you're not employed somewhere else, you're losing out for about 2,000 plus pounds. Because the meaning of that is, if you don't run a payroll, you can't claim salaries as a director. And every other person will be claiming a personal allowance except for you. So usually I would ask the clients, are you employed somewhere else? If they're not employed somewhere else, even though the accountancy fee is going to increase, but the tax savings is almost 1.8 or 1.7. So they don't mind, because at the end of the day, I'm helping them to save not just the personal allowance, but also the salary they've received now will help them to reduce the corporation tax they'll be paying. So I've mentioned two taxes now. So the first one is the self-assessment returns. The second one is the PAYE if you're not employed somewhere else. And the third one I would like to say is VAT, value added tax. You would have to actually register for value added tax when your turnover is more than 85,000, and then you have a taxable supply. So it's not everything that you can actually claim VAT on or claim VAT from. So if you know that, you need to check first and see if you're providing a taxable supply. If you do, you need to be checking if you've gone over the 85,000 threshold, or you're about to go over the 85,000 threshold. Because as soon as you do, you should be charging your client VAT. And if you don't, HMRC will still want you to pay that money back with penalty. So VAT only if you've gone over the threshold, or you just want to register voluntarily. You're allowed to register for VAT voluntarily. But what I usually say to my clients or people is, if you don't need to register for VAT and there's no commercial reason for you registering for VAT, even though you're getting 20% extra, it's not actually yours. You make yourself more expensive than your other competitors. So I'll definitely delay, apart from the compliance issues. So I'll definitely say I'll leave it till later on. Another issue you need to worry about if you are employing, I've mentioned payroll, but also auto enrollment pension. You are required to actually make an assessment and see if you should be registered for auto enrollment pension, because the rule changed some years ago where every employer has to pay pension for their staff, but there's some assessment that needs to be done. It's not like automatic, but you need to check if you should be, because if you're not, then you get into trouble with the HMRC. So there's so many other things, but apart from record keeping, asking for advice. But we have worked in a lot of businesses in the last 8 years, and what we do is to help you not to worry about such things while you concentrate on growing your business. So if you'd like us to support you or support your business, providing all the services, we will be glad. You can click on the comment section to contact us. We'll be happy to speak to you. I hope this video, however, has been helpful and has been a light or eye-opening moment for you Until my next video, my name is Ola Sulaiman. Thank you.